Hello, good evening, Rattler Nation and HBCU family and friends. This is the O&G StrikeZone on a first day of April Fool's Day. Some people do celebrate it. So shout out to the jokesters out there. Anybody got any good ones off today? Congratulations to you.
The liars.
Exactly. It's a perfect day for y'all. Right here on the Black College Sports Network, Bryan Fulford, Kelvin Rozier.
What up, yo?
Probably Marcus Green later in the show. Usually Marcus will join us if he's not on assignment or taking care of some other business. Coming up on today's show, got a good list of guests coming in to join the show today. At the bottom of hour one, two of our favorite ladies who love to talk FAMU and doing a lot of great things for FAMU.
Big things.
Athletics on behalf of FAMU Athletics. Ashley and Tache, Fang Exchange. The ladies of Fang Exchange will be joining us at the bottom of the hour.
Yeah, got some new signees to Fang Exchange, and got the tailgate coming up. So we're gonna get into some of that.
Yep. A lot of good stuff. Had a chance to listen to the show, their show. They usually do a show Tuesday evenings, so had a chance to catch up on some things that are going on. And yes, you highlighted some of the new athletes that are part of the Fang Exchange. So we'll talk to them about how all of that works. They also broke some news about a exciting new sponsor. So we'll let them, we'll let them tell us how all that plays into, their ecosystem and the FAMU ecosystem. So that's pretty cool. Congratulations, Ashley, Tache, and everyone else. Did you even hear? They got like a whole team of folks. Kelvin, I don't know what we've been doing for the last 5 years, man. Yeah. I mean, they got all kinds of folks, working behind the scenes. I'm like,
they all in.
Man, I'm telling you, I need to do a little something. Figure out how we can get some help.
We got to get some of them bright, attractive young Rattler ladies on the team.
I guess
that don't hurt.
I guess. Also coming up in hour two, Gerald Thomas, GT3, who covers FAMU athletics for the Tallahassee Democrat. He's been there every day, every spring practice, at least when they allow him to be there at the beginning and the end. And hopefully rattlernews.com, you've been checking out all of the various interviews that he's been able to have with the coaches and players this year. Hey, look, something new. We're actually hearing from players again, which is a beautiful thing.
What?
And coordinators. I mean, Jesus,
Yes.
Gerald's like a kid in a candy store. He can talk to that key word right there. Access. Talk to everybody. Thank God for that. Hopefully that'll last for a while, long time, good long time. But Gerald's gonna come on in hour two, give us our last primer before we get into talking about
Friday Night Strikes.
Friday Night Strikes, exactly. Friday Night Strike is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Friday, 6 o'clock.
Will you be in his house?
Man, Lord willing, as long as the wheels are rolling and the brakes are good, I got the day off. So that's the one, good thing about, I don't know if everybody has Good Friday off, but
no, everybody does not.
Okay. So see, one good thing about working in Christian education, you do get that and Monday off. So it's a 4-day weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually going to be getting on the road coming up to Tallahassee. Got to make a stop before I really enjoy myself. Thank you, Jesus. Pray that everything works out well.
You gonna have your earring?
You know, huh?
Is it an earring stop?
It's earring worthy. Put it like that. I mean, it's that kind of good news. Might go get a haircut for it too, boy. You know, I've been on protest for 4 months. I'm just saying, that's why my hair looking this way, folks.
I was gonna ask. What
look,
were you superstitious?
Yes. I ain't getting a cut until then. So you might see a whole new. You might need to see a whole new B on Saturday. If you catch me Saturday, you might see I'm gonna need some barbershop, some suggestions. You know,
you ain't getting a cut till you get a cut.
Hey, thank you. Not doing it. Don't
blame you, brother. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, so that's going on. We'll talk about that and more. So shout out to everybody joining us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram Live is running. Those on Twitter as well. Hey, if you're not following the O&G StrikeZone on social media, there's the O&G StrikeZone handle right there. You can also make a donation to the show on the Cash App, $MyJBN, MyBCSN. We are part of the Black College Sports Network team of shows, lineup of shows. And also, those of you who are members of the Jericho Broadcast Network's MyJBN online YouTube channel and have chosen to be a subscriber, we thank you. But you can also leave a super chat as well. All right, so now that I've got all that out of the way, let's kind of do what we do in the first few minutes of the show before we get into the first hot topic or first little news nugget of the day. Hey, you got to give a shout out.
But before you do that, just want to say thank you to our host last week. You know, me and you both were on assignment.
Thank you. I'm glad you mentioned that. I don't know why I forgot that. So I was excited to be back.
Yeah, so Keith and Marcus, great job last week, and we appreciate y'all guys.
Definitely. Keith, Marcus, holding it down. You know, good conversations, talking to FAMU students. I don't know, those of you in the chat, you might have seen me in the chat. I got a chance to listen and really, really good stuff. So glad to see that we are able to support and be voices for not just athletics, but our show, as always, we talked about FAMU athletics, FAMU and its culture. And so a lot of the stuff that we hit on in, I would say, the last 2 weeks has been really non-sports interviews per se, but more along the lines of, you know, being able to talk to, like I said, we talked to Dupe, we talked to Marvin Green, we talked, you know, enough students last year, you know, engineering students, marching 100. So I mean, it, you know, we do kind of step out, and we appreciate all of you who watch, consume, take it in, share the show. It's really important that we continue. You know, there's a lot of options these days, a lot of options.
Absolutely.
So we just want to let you know we appreciate the family who stays loyal, the family who continues to share and support in your Facebook groups or on your Facebook page, on your YouTube, on your Twitter feeds, IG, wherever it is that you share the show. We're appreciative.
What Bryan is saying, we have breadth and depth in what we discuss with FAMU. We're not just we're primarily a sports show, but we're more than that. It's just like Rattlers. We more than what we appear to be.
Well said. All right. Roll call time. Roll call. Ken Rozier. Ken,
check in first. Ken.
Get first one in the building. Good stuff.
What's up, Rose?
Yeah, another Rozier. What up, Zeke Love? Checking in.
What's up, Zeke?
Yeah, I did get a chance I couldn't see it from my location here in Orlando, but I enjoyed watching it on TV. Artemis 2 launch. The first black astronaut to travel to the moon. That's awesome.
I don't know about that.
What? It's awesome that he's the first black astronaut, or that
no. I know plenty of brothers who done traveled to the moon.
Moving on. Only in Tallahassee. Only in Tallahassee, brother would say that. Makiba West, what up, family? How you doing? Thank you for being a JBN subscriber on the YouTube channel. Meredith, thank you as well for being a JBN subscriber. Mary 305.
Hey, cousin.
JBN subscriber. JT checking in.
What's up, JT?
JT.
Being Matt.
Yeah. Said he's checking out Earth Camera. I don't even know what that is, but if that's a link, go ahead and post that link in there, VM Matt. I don't know what Earth Cam is, but it sounds like it is what it is, right? Coming off the space station or something like that.
Well, I'm glad it's successful. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
Those of us who lived through 86, that will forever be seared in our head. At school watching it.
At school.
It's like school, like that ain't supposed to happen.
Did that just happen?
Yeah, that. We've interrupted this. It's like, whoa, teachers cutting off TV. All right, everybody back to your desk. It's like, what just happened, Miss Leeds? My 6th grade teacher, like, what just happened? We got to go back to class. It's like, whoa. Anyway, prayers to those families and all of the astronauts. Glad to see that they got off the ground, in the air, and into space.
Amen.
Marvin Allen. Good to see you, Marvin.
Duval.
Thanking you for checking in. Speaking of Duval, how about those Jaguars coming down to Orlando for 2027? Coming my way. It'll be interesting to see, Kelvin, how the new refurbishments affect.
I know what you're going.
Classic.
Yeah.
Especially next year, not this year.
Right.
I don't think it'll have an impact this year. But 2020, well, no, it may have an impact this year. I don't know. There was talks that it might have an impact.
Right.
But we'll have to see. I'm sure some stuff will start floating out in the next few months about that.
I would imagine there's got to be some kind of parking garage that's coming at Citrus. At the Citrus. You know, parking is they trying to make a case for an NFL team potentially.
Well,
or NFL events anyway.
Yeah, maybe. I was sitting here trying to think that I was up at Jacksonville a couple of weeks ago, and I was trying to think how traffic moves in, and I don't know how many garages they necessarily have.
They have a garage, but I don't know if they have the same amount of space, footprint. Yeah.
Be interesting. We'll I'm sure we'll find out some news and talk about that. What up, Gail? How you doing, Gail? Checking in. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber.
What's up, Gail?
B Starks as well. Thank you as well for being a JBN subscriber. Little baby in the house.
Hey, little baby.
Let's see. Who else did I say? Edwin Moore. Thank you, Edwin.
Gator.
Earl checking in. Good to see you, Earl.
What's going on, Earl?
Checking in on Twitter.
Softball team. This for Earl. Softball team. The hell Wildcats.
Chuck Hunt checking in on Facebook. Good to see you, Chuck, from Monroe, Louisiana. Thank you. Thank you for being in. Jimmy Mack getting in. Kind of late, Jimmy. Yeah, kind of late, but good to have you all the same. Glad you made it. Ron Jab checking in on Facebook. Good to see you. Hollow checking in.
Hello.
Good to see you, Hollow. Let's see. Oh, Mary said they have no school in South Florida. Public schools, huh? No school for even public schools, huh? All right. Wow. Good stuff. Okay. EA checking in. Good to see EA.
Checking in as only as he can.
As only he can. Thank you, EA. Appreciate you.
By the way.
Sweet checking in. Good to see you.
What's up, Sweet?
Good to see you.
He retired. He around here traveling.
Must be nice. Joel Banks checking in. Good to see you,
What's
Joel.
up, Joel?
Thank you. Alex McCullough on Facebook from Palm Beach.
In the house.
Yeah. DQ Will checking in.
What's up, Will?
How you doing? Checking in. Mr. CEO checking in. Look at that.
What's going on, Roy?
Exactly. On Facebook. Let me see. Who else I got? Let's see. Kev from Tally. Kev from Tally checking in. Let's see. Oh, wow. What is this? Big news, huh? What? Mario as the head coach at
what is his role? I hadn't seen that one.
Oh, Roy, breaking news right here. Roy, you got to drop another little comment there. I mean, wow. That's interesting. Didn't see that one coming. Wow. Yeah. Drop some more info in the chat on that one. Somebody said it was an OC. Okay.
Yeah, Keith.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Keith, for checking in. Shout out, Keith. Appreciate you, OC. While we giving shout outs to guys, shout out to KJ Black, Coach Black.
Yes. Congratulations, KJ.
Yeah, we'll get to see him in his offense week 1 as he accepted the job with South Carolina State as the OC over there. That's
a great hire. That makes that Orange Blossom Classic that much more interesting. But that is a great hire for them.
Yeah. And it kind of sinks in with some comments I heard from KJ during the Celebration Bowl on a couple of shows. I think he was on the live show with Steve, Mr. Campbell, and Coach and Rocky. And, I heard him mention somebody asked him about his aspirations, and you could hear him say he was ready. He felt like he was ready to start down that path. And what better way than getting in and as an OC and showing people that side of you. And if, no better space and place than to be there with Chinnis Berry and a part of that staff.
Defending national champs.
Yeah.
HBCU.
Yeah. Good stuff. Mr. Melissa Wilson checking in. Dr. Wilson, excuse me. Checking in. Mm-hmm. Ashton checking in.
What's up, Pico?
Good to see you, Ashton. Yeah, definitely. A lot of folks. Was this? Hey, exactly. Roy bringing up that Orange Blossom Classic. We, hey, another start and finish in Atlanta rematch on the horizon, possibly. I mean, why not? Right? So. Yeah. Sentiments exactly, Edwin. Exactly. Good luck every day but that day. All love, KJ. All love. Congratulations, no doubt. Okay. Well, before we get a chance to bring on Ashley, Tache, and we get into talking about the things going on with Fang Exchange, many of you may have missed this past week, and hopefully you didn't, because we try to put these news nuggets out. The news that came out, let's see, on the 27th, actually maybe even a little bit later, whenever the Board of Governors meeting was, what was that, Tuesday maybe, or even Monday? Because Wednesday. It was Wednesday, because I know a lot of people were wondering why we didn't see the president or AD Davis at the press conference down in South Florida for the Orange Blossom Classic. Well, that's because they were at the Board of Governors meeting. And reading right here from FAMU.edu, the FAMU news page, Florida A&M University to redeploy $6.2 million towards student success following Board of Governors recognition of sustained financial discipline. Just going to read the first two paragraphs here and then kind of let Kelvin tell us a little more about what all this means. Florida A&M University has received formal recognition from the Florida Board of Governors Audit and Compliance Committee for a decade of sustained financial discipline in athletics, clearing the path for the university to redirect $6.214 million in resources towards student success and an elevated student-athlete experience. Quote, with sustained budget discipline already in place, the ability to reinvest these resources will directly enhance the student-athlete experience, from academic support and wellness to facilities and program competitiveness, said Vice President and Director of Athletics John Davis. Quote, our focus remains on building a program that reflects excellence both on and off the field. Kelvin, what you want to keep going from there and or share other news or more information about what that means, what that looks like?
I'll start it. We're going to get into it a little bit with our guests later on also. But yeah, I'll just add that this is important, is big, and it benefits FAMU. It probably didn't have exactly everything to do with FAMU. They were protecting the other universities who never stopped using auxiliary dollars in athletics. But either way, this is a huge weight lift at our athletics, and they can redistribute these funds into the athletic department for other things that are definitely priority. So I think our board of trustees still has to, go through the formal process of approving the debt forgiveness, as well as whatever plans how they plan to use the student success. The student success is athletic related. By the way, I know it wasn't real clear what that meant, and I see somebody even asked that question, but my understanding is that athletic student success, what that means, it could go into support for giving our students more resources in terms of academics, and it could also go into, in my opinion, support in terms of summer school, which is always a big thing for athletics. It can also go into equipment, iPads and computers and those type of things. And last but not least, and I'm very interested to see, I think we have kind of a lot of flexibility at the university level, because for the next 3 years, the rule has been officially unchanged, and what he said, we can use up to 22 million of auxiliary funds. I'm interested to see if we do anything not on a large scale, but just with the NIL space. I'm just interested to see how we attach that. But those are just a few things that can be redistributed for, and maybe some facility study space or something, upgrade of some of that.
Yeah. I will turn you guys to two different articles. Obviously, the article I just read from FAMU, which is from the university perspective. And then I will encourage you, go check out the post from Rattler Nation, on the blog, Rattler Nation blog from March 25th, which gives a lot of background on those funds and some of the, I don't know, by now you can probably see some of the dead bodies as a result of it, but it is interesting to read. And at the end of the day, I guess the biggest question is, what does that look like? To kind of follow up to what EA just asked, what is the definition of student success? What do these things, like you just mentioned, what do these things really and truly mean? And so that's the portion that I think we'll all be wondering and looking for clarification on, things that you just hit on there.
Yeah, the devil is always in the details. And we want the details.
Yeah. What do you say here? No.
EA doing EA things.
Yeah, exactly.
Trolling.
Oh man, classic stuff. So that was probably one of the bigger stories from the weekend. Of course, obviously, we can't hide the fact that baseball and softball took care of business over the weekend.
Sweet.
Both sweeps.
Yeah.
2 sweeps. I mean, the baseball team sweeping Alabama State.
Yeah.
The softball team sweeping Bethune-Cookman, and both teams are rolling right now. So really excited. We'll talk more about baseball and softball a little bit later on in the show. Let's take our first break because we want to be on time. And I see both Ashley and Tache are in the waiting room, so we can take a second, go to our first break, and bring on the ladies of Fang Exchange. And they've got a lot of exciting developments to talk about. So laundry list of stuff. So we'll get to all that and more with them. So hang tight. Get your questions in the chat. Y'all got questions. Any questions maybe you didn't get a chance to ask last night on their show, we'll always bring them in and load them up for them. So hang tight. You're watching the O&G StrikeZone right here on the Black College Sports Network. Bryan and Kelvin, soon to be joined by Tache and Ashley. Fang Exchange coming up in a moment. We'll be back after these words.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning. Visit us today to get started.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
All right, welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone, Bryan and Kelvin. And look who's joining us.
Hello.
It's the lovely ladies of Fang Exchange, Ashley, Tache. How you
Ladies of the Avengers.
Yes.
Ladies of the Avengers.
Hey, while you guys have all this team of people working with y'all now, I did happen to catch that on the show. Maybe can we send like that photo that I got this image of like all the Avengers, like when they're charging, can one of those dynamic individuals that you have, maybe you have to do something to and mop that up. So
weren't we just talking about that? Like,
yeah, we were.
We already own it. We've already talked about it.
10 steps ahead of you. We
already got it. We already thinking of it.
Well, obviously, you guys got a team of people working. I know y'all are 10 steps ahead of us. So, folks out here telling me I got to step up and get a haircut and put an earring on to get that kind of help. But anyway.
Haircuts are always good, Brian. Don't forget that.
I know. I'm on a bit of a protest right now, but it's all good. No. We won't talk about that. But anyway, so a lot of big news happening with Fang Exchange. I don't even know where to start. Let's start with let's start with new athletes. Obviously you've been posting and sharing the news, the latest athlete spotlights. Sasha Robinson, Amari Brown joining the team along with Zoe Hughes and Nia Blocker, if I got it right. Anybody else I'm leaving out there?
Those are the announcements that we made so far.
Okay. Let me talk a little bit about how that works. I mean, because I saw, for example, Sasha is also doing some stuff in exchange, coordinating with Vaughn Wilson and his company. So how does it work? Once a athlete becomes a part of the Fang Exchange team, what does that look like? What does that mean? Break it down for people who like myself, who don't really know, other than like, hey, yeah, great.
Well, it's pretty. I don't know. I consider it be simple, but I've kind of been engulfed in it, so maybe it's more simple to us than it is to the average eye. But a gentleman or a player like Sasha, for example, we know Vaughn Wilson has his own business, right? And this is something that we spoke to early days of kind of introducing Fang Exchange and how this thing could really work. So this is a great example of this, of what we spoke to earlier in early days. But Sasha Robinson is a high quality athlete, student athlete, all the things, right? So he's obviously somebody ideal that we like to do NIL with. Well, Vaughn Wilson and Mega Ace Media saw an opportunity to partner with Sasha for marketing so that he can promote his business, and he'll also partner with Fang Exchange. So what we did was help Vaughn kind of execute the deal. Somebody like Vaughn who wanted to work with Sasha, but needed the extra help and the insight on the compliance portion of it, kind of keeping up with Sasha, communicating with him, helping arrange the way things will go, content when that happens. Those are the kind of things that Fang Exchange will help with. And it's not just something that works for Vaughn Wilson and Mega Ace. It works for any company, big or small, that may have an idea of a student that they would like to partner with. So he wanted to partner with Sasha. So this is not a choice. Fang Exchange did not choose Sasha for him. He chose Sasha for his business. Gotcha. And then we partnered with Sasha and the golf program to bring the deal to fruition. So I think that's the simplest way to say it. In layman's terms of how this kind of came about.
Yeah, let me just also add, Vaughn did, he sought out Sasha, but understanding it is not just because he's an excellent athlete. That is, of course, a thing as well, but the fact that he's being highlighted, we talk about PGA, things like that, it makes him marketable, right? And so he has to be able to capitalize off of his name, image, and likeness, which is what NIL stands for. And so because he has made so many waves, because of his athleticism and how good he is marketable, which makes him a perfect candidate for NIL, so he can advertise for Mega Ace.
Yeah, and as well. And to piggyback off of that, he'll also be a student athlete at the tailgate, which is another opportunity to capitalize off of name, image, and likeness, and meet some of the alums, meet some of the students in the tailgate goers. There's another opportunity for him to engage and work for his name, image, and likeness.
Nice. And Amari Brown, obviously, we know she's hell of a pitcher, hell of a hitter, hell of a shortstop. I mean, triple threat right there, no doubt.
Right.
But, what's the role for Amari?
So hers.
Go ahead.
I'll take Amari. So hers is a little different, right? Hers, while Mega Ace and Vaughn Wilson kind of sought out Sasha, Amari was kind of a joint effort with Fang Exchange, just the members in general, and then of course our board, and we kind of looked at from a marketable perspective, right? Because she got preseason accolades. Amari, you know, of course, she's making waves in the SWAC in the conference, and so we kind of looked at as far as of course that aspect, and then you know grades, because of course she's a student athlete first. We talked to the coach. Coach Bill was 100% in agreement. She thought she was a model student, model athlete, somebody that will represent not only FAMU's brand well, but Fang Exchange as well. And so we came together and we decided that as Fang Exchange, without an outside entity or an outside you know, corporation or, you know, business, that we would, as Fang Exchange, offer Amari and Zoriana as well an NIL deal. And it now what she, as far as what she is required to do her deliverables, is a lot similar to Sasha, just she's not obligated to do for another company somewhere. It's just solely Fang Exchange.
Right, because what people may or may not understand is that these athletes are ambassadors of Fang Exchange. So Fang Exchange is an organization that does media. We sell merchandise, we host events, and we do those things. So we are a business within ourselves, and then we partner with businesses to do the same thing. So Sasha kind of has double duty. An athlete like Naya, Zoriana, and Amari don't really have the double duty, but they still have to present the same deliverables.
Yeah.
Nice. And when I saw Vaughn post this, I immediately was like, see, that's the kind of win that all of our Rattlers, and what I love about it is Vaughn, he reaches so many generations of Rattlers.
Right.
I mean, there's so many decades of Rattlers that he reaches, whether it be him personally or people who know him from his father. So when I see Vaughn do that, it's a great signal to other businesses and Rattlers who have businesses to say, hey guys, here is the way you do it. Here's how you can, you know, help out these student athletes, go through Fang Exchange to ease the uncertainty, answer all the questions you need to have about how this NIL thing works. Let, you know, Ashley, Tache, and let that team kind of do what they do, and, you know, make it happen. Bridge the gap between whatever nerves you may have about it, but at the same time, you want to help your beloved university and the athletic department, or maybe your sport. Hey, here's how you do it. I thought that's going to be I pray it's a huge win for the student athletes, for Fang Exchange, because Vaughn's name and his reputation and everything he's done for FAMU and is doing for FAMU will resonate with so many people.
Yeah. Yes. And I want to say also too that Fang Exchange essentially is here to make the whole business easier. So we handle the business side, contractually, all of those things, because there are a lot of obligations, contracts, and, you know, certain systems that their contracts have to go through. And so we kind of handle that with, you know, in conjunction with the athletic department as far as what we have to get to them. And so we just make the process easy. If you come as a business and you say, listen, I want to support somebody, I want to support an athlete, this is what I want to do, I want them to represent my brand. And also, let me say this, although primarily it is financial, if you have a product and the athlete is willing to say, yeah, I will advertise your business, I'll use my name, image, and likeness to advertise for your business in exchange for product, you can do that as well. You know, it's just about what the athlete agrees to. So it's not always financial. Like, for example, I know Stephen Campbell, he has, you know, hair, and so he had a couple of deals with some athletes at certain HBCUs, and it was hair. You know, they got to wear the hair or whatever, and they advertised for his business. So it's not necessarily just finances. Of course, they want money, right? But it's not necessarily just that.
Man, good stuff. Good stuff. Go ahead, Kay.
I want the transition because Friday Night Strikes is coming, and there's a tailgate that is happening, and so I just want to get out the way, and y'all talk about the tailgate and what people can expect and how you can be a part of it, and how do you need to communicate that you're going to attend if you are a member.
Okay. Are we going to give them the exciting news tonight, Ashley?
Oh, you might. Yeah.
Wait a minute. More exciting than yesterday.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
This
Y'all
is
broke
the
some-
O&G.
Let's
Yeah,
break
this
the
is
news
the
on-
O&G now. We put news on here.
Yeah.
Break the news on O&G. You want to go ahead and start with the tailgate in general? Actually, go ahead.
Okay, so the tailgate in general, of course, Coach Quinn came out the gate his first weekend or sooner, mentioning that he wanted to be able to have a tailgate, and that his former athletes and former football players are able to come to open up the door, bring former athletes back in. This whole thing is to bring, restore the strike, right? And a part of restoring the strike is bringing familiar faces and the history of this program back around that hasn't necessarily been around in large numbers in the past. So this is the way to do it, right? That was one way to do it. But in addition to that, we decided, okay, Fang Exchange is here. We're already supporting the different programs, football as well. We might as well get this tailgate rolling. So we decided to they allowed us to do our tailgate, on their practice field. And it's kind of a win-win, because then Coach Quinn can get what he needs and what he desires out for his former players to have a place to go and hang out before the game and do what we do as Rattlers when we tailgate. And then we had an opportunity to give our members an event that they can attend as well, because as paying members, you want to be able to give something in return. Of course, as a paying member, you should understand that your money you're paying into helping student athletes, right? But it also feels good to be able to have something, whether it's a T-shirt, whether it's a tailgate that you can come to, whether it's whatever it may be, right? So this is an opportunity to kind of snap both of those two birds with one stone with that situation. So we were able to get together, got with Larry, the DFO of the football program, and come together, get in all the meetings, bring all the things together, and here we are with the tailgate that'll be happening on Friday just before the spring game, and an opportunity for everyone to get together and hang out and enjoy some good food, music, games, just like you would be at any other tailgate. It'll be just the same. And the beautiful thing is right in 10 steps away from the stadium, so you can park in the stadium, come hang out at the tailgate, and when it's time to go to the game, all you gotta do is pick yourself up and walk across the street.
Right.
What are those hours again? Because last night y'all had me rolling. Y'all had. I was like, how late are y'all going? Tache was like, what?
We're really gonna shut it down just before, because the game starts at 6, right? So of course the whole point is to make sure we make it to the game. Right. So we got to make sure that we shut it down just before, so we can kind of trickle on down. Now we know how we are with our times, right? So 2 to 6 is the window we have, but we recognize it'll probably
5:30. We up out of there. Okay.
It'll probably be 3 or 3:30 before people really start to funneling in. And we also recognize is, for some people it's still doing work hours, the tailgate hours. So as soon as you can get there, if you're not working, even better, you can bring your child. If you have children, who I know the children are out of school in the local area tomorrow, and then others may travel up. So yeah,
5:30
to 5:30.
So we got to clean up.
We got to clean it up. We got to get to the game. We got to get to the game. We're gonna have spades. We're gonna have cornhole. We're gonna have
it all. DJ, dancing,
food. Exactly. Smoking loads, food, barbecue. So all the things we brought to this tailgate to just ensure that everybody has a great time.
Yeah. And
that Coach Quinn gets what he wants out of this. It benefits everybody. It's a win for everybody.
And
our members as well.
Now, speaking of that,
we got a caveat.
Where's the RSVP? Where's the RSVP thing?
We're gonna drop that in the link. We'll drop the link in the chat. So let me say this too. So this is the breaking news, okay? So we've been crunching numbers, right? And we like, okay, because we've been getting a lot of people coming like, oh, we want to come, we want to whatever. So we've been doing the numbers. Now that we are about 2 days out, we finalized everything. And we have the opportunity to open up a limited number of slots for those of you that are not members. Okay.
Yep.
A limited number. We got a few slots now, because we got to feed these people. So we got a few slots. So if you are not a member, we have a limited number of slots that we will allow for people that are non-members to go ahead and sign up and attend the tailgate. Now, of course, the goal is for you to become a member of Fang Exchange. But what we like to do is roll out the orange carpet, right?
The orange carpet.
We're going to roll out the orange carpet so you can see what it's like on this side, so we can entice you to go ahead and pick a membership tier. So if you are not a member, you have not signed up for a membership tier, we have a limited number of slots. Once Ashley drops the link in the chat, go ahead and RSVP RSVP, and we're gonna let you come hang out and kick it with us. Now, the giveaways and prizes that we have, those are member exclusives. So we got some real good prizes.
We got some good giveaways, y'all.
Real good stuff. But that's for our members. I'm sorry. That's for the people that we love so close and so dear. So that's for our members. But we've opened up. We heard y'all. Lord, we heard y'all. We got a limited number of spots, okay, that we're gonna allow. Now, with that being said, if we let you come, join Fang Exchange. Go ahead and sign up.
Go ahead and you'll get to see what's going on. So where can I have the link here? Because we want you to go ahead and sign up.
Put it in the private chat, and then I'll turn around and share it out to everybody
on the side at the bottom.
Okay.
And I'm posting for everybody right now in the chat on all of our feeds on Facebook, YouTube, how to join Fang Exchange right there. FangExchange.com/membership. So many different ways in which you can support on a monthly basis in a price structure that works for you. Those of you who have can give more. Those of you who are kind of, I don't know what, hey, start one level, and then as you feel a little more comfortable, you give a little more. Yeah. So, I mean, I love it. I love it that you can do that.
You sure can. And that's why I want you to come to the tailgate.
Yeah.
Right. Because if you come to the tailgate, this is a prelude to the exclusive opportunities. And just know this is a spring game tailgate. And the spring game is always going to be the beginning to what the bigger picture when the actual season starts. So just know that there are more events coming that we are actually already actively working on that are going to get bigger. We have sponsors that we're working with as well to make these big events bigger, better, and to provide a real experience. Like us Rattlers, we like experiences. We like to have we like to be exclusive, and we like a good experience, a good DJ, some good food, somewhere to sit down, dance a little bit. We like all the things, and as Rattlers, we know that. So our intent, along with some of our partners, is to bring in and bring in some exclusive events that we can, help our members to enjoy, but also bring some other people into the fold. So if you want to come to the tailgate, I dropped I think Bryan is getting ready to get the link to the RSVP. Right.
So this is the RSVP for non-Fang Exchange members.
It's just information. Hurry up and go ahead and put your name down if you're serious about coming, because the slots are not plentiful. It's not plentiful. So if you go ahead and do that, go ahead and sign up. If you hit send and it go through, that means you made it.
That means you put a cap. Hey, I like that. That means you put a cap on that.
Absolutely. That's right. It's a cost. It's a cost to it. Yeah.
So
I understand the logistics.
We got a few slots. And via Matt, we good on the cleanup crew. We also have, of course, with us having those interns, we got some connections on campus with a lot of the students. So we have some organizations that are going to come in, and not only will they be a part of the tailgate, they're going to also help us to do the cleanup afterwards. So we got it covered. We working.
Yeah, we got it going on.
So let me add.
Go ahead.
You have to lay down the rules to the Rattlers when it comes to tailgate. Because we get out of pocket sometimes. So what can folks bring, BYOB, that type stuff, whatever?
We didn't know anything about
I don't know nothing about that.
We're bringing barbecue, drinks, soda, juice, water, power, Gatorade. That's in yours.
Okay. I'm assuming there's tables, chairs, tent.
Yes, tables and chairs, tent. You'll have an opportunity to sit down. Again, we got a card table that we're gonna roll out. Anybody want to bring a space partner with you? EA loves to bother us. He get on our nerve, don't he?
Oh yeah, he's a troll. He's a troll.
He's a troll.
We love EA. He ain't bother us online, but he loves us behind closed doors. He like to aggravate us online though.
He do.
Hey, I think it's really important that we get some details here. So, is it all you can eat? One plate.
It's eat till it's gone. Once it's gone, we can't do nothing with that.
Kelvin, you doing the Lord's work.
Hey,
I have to. I'm helping y'all out because I know
that's for the crowd who show up at 5 o'clock. Kelvin, see that he had to ask that because some of y'all ain't gonna show up till 5 and gonna be like, where all the food go? And you will see EA over there and be EA be like, EA been there since 3.
What's gonna happen? It's gonna be beans and hot dogs, and what we gonna say? Because everybody else done had the chicken, they done had the ribs, they done had, you know what I'm saying?
And the
you
good
gonna
stuff.
get a hot dog with no bun and some baked beans. So you better get there at least by 3:34.
That part right there. Really come and engage with Fang Exchange and the student athletes and the alumni that gonna be there.
Right.
So yeah, we got them house cleaning out the way.
Yep.
All right, you can go, Bryan.
And one last thing is we can't keep in mind that we're going to be on the practice field where the football team actively practice, right? So we can't really, we're making sure we're staying away from the actual field part because we don't want them to get in the way of that. We need them to win games. We don't want them not just rolling the ankles and stuff because we done made a pothole in the field. So we got a designated area where we'll be. It's already been cleared. We have a layout. Our additional help has done a great job to help us do that. So Kelvin has laid out the ground rules.
So I'm going to be watching. Hey, get off the grass. That's gonna be me.
You gotta do it like that.
Okay?
We're gonna have a good time though. Y'all already know me and Tache like to have fun anyway. As y'all can tell. Me and Tache, we're gonna kiki and cackle nonstop. Even when we're not on camera, we are doing this on the phone.
Literally all day.
So come on out, have a good time. Pick a space, might meet a space partner while you're out there. Go out there and play some cornhole. The DJ will be there ready to play out the favorite line dances and our favorite songs, and he's a DJ that's been around, so he knows what to do. So come out, have a good time, enjoy, drink, eat, and be merry. The more the better, but not too many.
All right, so with that, tell me what y'all expect, what y'all looking forward to in terms of the actual game. What will you be looking for to see? What you want to see?
We talked about this last night.
We sure did.
And you want to go first?
And I'm still stuck on. I want to see. I'm still having a hard time narrowing it down about what I want to see as far as
I know what I want to see
or two, but I do want to see our lines offensively and defensively and how we. And again, I know this is a spring game. A lot of times we don't show everything and we don't do real play, so it may be hard to see 100%. The line, and I get that part. But I would just like to see how it's come together. We have an entirely new retooled staff. We have some familiar faces in the team as far as players are concerned, but we have new players as well. So this is an opportunity to get that first sneak peek about what we can expect in the future. So I really want to see how our lines play out. I know we're doing some. This is spring ball, and the lines will change some over the summer and all that good stuff. I also would like to see how our quarterback is always the hot item, right? You want to see how your quarterback is going to play. So we already, I said it last night, we already know what Isaiah Knowles can do, and we have some other quarterbacks, but we definitely know what Isaiah Knowles can do because he almost gave us the blues.
Did it
last season. So we've seen him on the opposite side. So it's going to be cool to see him on this side of Rattler Nation. So I'm excited to see those two things, the line and the quarterback, and see how we put that together offensively.
Yeah. So last night I was saying that what I am situationally, spring game, of course, is situational. And so what I am most anticipating the most, I want to see special teams, because I was saying last night that special teams really made and messed up some things last year. And also too, I'm tired of us being fair catch university. Okay, I want to see some people back there that can actually catch the ball, some punt return, some exciting. You know what I mean? It's just the momentum in the stadium. The crowd gets rocking, and when the offense comes out, they come out with a little more, oomph. So I want to see special teams, what that looks like, particularly them formations, and because Lord, that early formation.
That's special teams formation. Let's not remember that.
I want to see that. So that's what I'm most curious to see, because I know that the offense and defense, I expect the offense to be a little behind. I expect the defense to be flying around. We got Ryan Lewis, so I expect the defense to be flying around. In the lines, I know that's a big question mark for everybody. Everybody's talking about that. We know. But we, even Quinn said, it's some more people that are going to come in. So I want to see specifically, I want to see special teams, what that's looking like.
Okay. Good deal.
Go ahead, Kelvin. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying good deal. I think I mentioned last night, I'm looking at the speed of the team, and that's not just the skilled people. That's those linemen and so forth. We're a Florida team, and when we have guys who can get out there, even on the defensive side. I don't expect to see. I know I won't see guys running for 70-yard touchdowns, running a 5 flat this year. So, but that's what I'm looking for to see what kind of speed the team show, how fast they play.
And they catch the ball. Can y'all catch the ball?
That's a big one. Like catch the ball.
They're getting coached up. I feel confident in that.
I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it too. Listen, we got PST.
Well, when she talk about special team and them formations, when Tache talked about that,
like, Lord Jesus,
Brian, we had OBC.
Right.
Oh my
God. Took it right back
my God. So cringe.
And then did it again the next week with FAU.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Definitely the defensive backs. Are we learning? Has our football IQ? You know what I mean? Like,
right. That IQ we got to improve our football IQ for sure.
If we up with 30 seconds, are you gonna take it all the way, or you just gonna get the first down?
Are you gonna get the first down and slide and let the time run out?
Come on, let the time. Is the football IQ? Are we playing smart physical football? You know what I mean? We gonna see.
I'm thinking about these past spring games. The only thing that I've honestly been able to come away really and feel 100% about going into the new year is when you look at the quarterback position, the quarterback and receivers. Now, I know because I just feel like a lot of the other stuff is real vanilla. Like, we're not going to be running any blitz packages.
Yeah.
The offensive and defensive line's been going at each other for 13, 14 practices, things of that nature. I just think I'll never forget standing on the sideline and watching Jeremy Musa that first spring practice. And I watched the ball come out of his hands the first time his first run. And I was standing next to Keith. And I said, uh-oh, Keith, that looks like our starting quarterback. Keith's like, no. I said, Keith, just keep watching and watch the ball as it comes out of his hand. And then watching how at that time Willie was like coaching Rashawn. I think that Rashawn was still McKay was still there, and he was on McKay about this, that, and the other. But then when Jeremy got up there, Jeremy was like boom, 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 boom. I mean, Willie didn't say nothing. I said, uh-oh. I said, I don't know what y'all thinking and who's gonna be QB1. I said, but that number eight looked like he's about to be QB1.
Right.
But if you look at last year's spring game, Bryson Martin looked
pretty good.
That offense was running like water under Bryson Martin. So if you looked at the spring game last year, it was like, man, Bryson Martin might be a solid contender. It was a couple of receivers who was like, man, they're gonna be. We never saw him again.
Running back too. Running back. One of those running backs.
The running back, never saw him again. Even some of the DBs that were really, really flying around. Never saw him again. So, and of course, retention.
And I think, and you guys kind of talked about this a little bit last night, the fact that our portal window is different now, where guys who are now playing, I mean, short of you kind of leaving school, a lot of these guys that we're seeing in the spring, hopefully we will see in the fall. It's not like there's guys that are going to be building tape. Right. Which we had the last couple of years because of the window. You could build up tape in the spring and then be gone after spring in the summer. Right. Now you can't jump in the portal. Nope. You can't. The portal's closed. So you are with FAMU going into the fall unless you choose to not play and leave altogether. So I do hope that the people that we see on Friday are the people that we'll be able to talk about in the fall, along with other new people, and we all know new people will come, more people will come.
Now, there's a way around that, Brian.
I have heard. I know there's a way. We're going to talk about it.
We're blocking that.
There's a way around for those athletes to get to.
Oh yeah, there's a way around everything these days. I mean, how hard you want to work for it but it's it's out there. Has anyone heard the numbers? What are, and maybe we'll talk. We have Gerald coming up later. I know he has maybe more insight. Have you all heard what our total numbers are this spring?
As far as what?
as far as
number of players.
I thought I heard. I mean, I don't want to be quoted on this, but I thought I heard 90
in the 90s.
Gerald somewhere up in there, but Gerald, I'm pretty sure Gerald can give us a more exact number, but upwards of higher on the 90, 80, high 80s, 90s, somewhere.
Even if
they
were in the 80s, 80s is good. 80s is good.
Yeah, but you know and then what we have to remember is that some of them couldn't get in the spring for timing purposes, so they'll show up in the summer. So we have additional linemen that'll show up, and a few. We got some commits that are coming in and then some high schoolers even that are going to come in that need to graduate. So we got another high school quarterback that'll show up. We've got some other quarterbacks in the room. So
I'm excited about him.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him.
That new he's the guy from Thomas County Central.
Yep. So you got one thing for sure. We'll probably see mainly the team, but we're going to see a lot of new additions over the summer and then when the fall rolls out. And I'm just excited. I'm just excited to see that we have coaches who are proven, who have tenure in their positions, and when we had an opportunity to be at one of the practices as well as the spring game, like the air was like in the scrimmage, you could just feel the light. It was just almost peaceful. I don't even know how you can say peaceful at a football practice, but you could just feel they were having fun. It was very clear that they were out there having fun. They were enjoying themselves. But I know the coaches are teaching them, and I believe that they're increasing their IQ, and we have something to look forward to.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Look, let me put this up here one more time for anybody who didn't know. If you didn't know, the alumni tailgate for members of the Fang Exchange, it's not too late to join. It's not too late to be a part of it.
That's right.
I don't know if maybe if you're jumping in late and you didn't scroll back through the chat, there's a link there for you RSVP non-members. You got an opportunity there. You better jump on it. We open
up a window. You got to jump in. You know
exactly. If you don't, what is it? If you don't get a confirmation that went through, that means it is locked. That means you SOL. But if you go through the link and you still have
go ahead RSVP.
RSVP now. Exactly.
Go ahead and come out and get you a plate. Have you some fun. We actually are working on something else not working on. It's solidified at this point, but what we're gonna do is you have to see it. You're gonna have to see it at the tailgate when you come. We got some more guests that's gonna show up to the tailgate with us from a sponsorship perspective.
Speaking of sponsorship, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm gonna transition to. I'm gonna let you break it. You guys broke it last night. Your newest sponsor. So for anybody who missed last night's Fang Exchange episode, I want you to talk about as much as you can. Your new sponsor that is going to be working with Fang Exchange and FAMU athletes.
So we had an opportunity Fang Exchange is an organization geared towards NIL, which means that not only do we have memberships, but it's important to bring in sponsorships. And in athletics across the board, sponsorships matter. So we had an opportunity to kind of lean in with a particular sponsor that is a national brand that has an interest in, of course, like most are our demographic, HBCU individuals, and kind of lean more into this demographic. So there's an opportunity with this tailgate and even future things that we partner with Celsius. So Celsius will be one of our sponsors at this tailgate, and we are very, very excited to partner with them and for them to see an opportunity for us to come in and enhance what we already have. So they'll have some of their products there, and they'll have some of their team, their street team out there in their merchandise and things of that nature.
Swag,
so
they call it
swag. They like to call it swag.
They call it swag. So little shirts and stuff like that. And we let's pop our collar a little bit. We're the first HBCU that Celsius is going to be working with. So that's a big deal for us. Always paving the way, always trailblazers, because that's what FAMU is, of course.
That's right.
So our first sponsor was also the first HBCU that they work with. And of course, we're just doing it again. So shout out to Celsius, and we're excited to see them. They'll be there on Friday.
Right. So come out, hang out with Celsius as well. And if you're a member, even if you're not a member, and you're welcome to come. If you want some of these giveaways, we're not going to tell you what it is, but I'm telling you now, you're going to like it. It's officially licensed FAMU giveaways in addition to some other things. So just know you're going to like it. So if you're not a member and you still want to come and you want to think about it a little bit longer, that's okay. But if you're not a member, you miss out on the giveaways. So just so you know, can't say we didn't tell you.
All right, and so my last transition is to, so if alumni watching right now and they have a business and they want to partner with Fang Exchange, similar to what Vaughn doing, or if they just want to sponsor an athlete, what is the best way to contact you all and to get that started?
We have an email address, info@Fang Exchange is the quickest way to do it. We have DMs. Do us a favor. Make sure you go to Instagram and look for Fang Exchange, our page, which is literally just Fang Exchange on Instagram. It's on Facebook as well as Twitter, also known as X. So go ahead and like those pages because you actually can DM us as well. We actually just got a DM about another brand about 2 or 3 days ago. We're trying to decide if it's something worth entertaining. So the DMs work as well. If you don't want to send an email necessarily, but you think the social media route works, it does work because we will respond and we will take a serious look at it and make sure it's something that we can, of course, partner with in the lines.
We done had people reach out on LinkedIn. They find us everywhere.
DMs on Instagram, Twitter, as well, and email. Info@Fang Exchange. If you email there, and let me just say something else. Vaughn is doing this, and he's done it. But we have another alum business that has done this as well. Mr. Fortune, Mr. Thaddeus Fortune, and his catering company has done things and he's an older gentleman, so he's not necessarily putting it all over social media, but he has done, and he's actually going to do it again. And we just working on with Coach Quinn to identify who our NIL athletes will be. But we have other alums within our network that are also doing the same thing, and there's room for more. There's plenty of room for more. So please. We always ready. We always
also too. Smoking Lows.
Smoking Lows has done something right. So we're getting more and more people interested. And again, this is nothing. If you want to think about, if you're a business owner and you want to think about this in the simplest form, it's nothing more than your marketing budget. You have a product or a service that you would like to get to a larger group of people because marketing converts to sales, right? And sales is money in your pocket after you from a profit perspective. But at the easiest way to think about it is you're going to use one of these athletes or athlete of your choice that that we can partner with to promote your product or your service or your business. So it's just a marketing budget, and you're just coming through this route. And think about the fact also that these students have a wide variety of exposure of who they are connected to, whether it's folks from back home where they're from, whether it's the students that are actually on campus, whether it's the fans and the alum base. These student athletes really are marketable, usually and typically because they have reach and influence based on what they do in their respective sport, as well as what they do. Think about even like our drum major. Look how marketable she is.
Yes,
she's everywhere, right? So that's not necessarily a sport, but it's the same concept that these students have access and visibility much further than some of us can ever imagine.
Yeah, and let me add just this last little bit. If you are in a different generation or older generation, whatever, don't be intimidated. Like, oh, I don't really understand social media. Don't worry about that because we have a team in place. Literally, they will create a schedule of how to post. They will create the post. We do literally. Fang Exchange makes it a one-stop shop, makes it very simple. We're going to handle all your business contractually. We're going to handle the social media. We're going to handle how we're going to roll out the promotion or the marketing. We handle we handle graphics. We handle it all. We do it all. So we are the one-stop shop that just makes it really simple. All you got to come to us and say, listen, we want to partner with you. We want to work with this athlete, or, do you have an athlete we can work with? And we take it from there. We handle everything. So don't be intimidated by social media or anything. If you're not on it, it's okay. We got you.
We'll make sure.
We even do paper. We printed out brochures, pamphlets. We handle it.
We have to cater to every generation and every age group.
Every generation.
So, we have to be creative and adaptive in that way.
Absolutely.
Let me just say this publicly. Thank you, ladies. What you're doing is important work, and it's growing. Fang Exchange is growing, and
it is
because you all putting the work in, and you're credible. So
we appreciate it
for everything you do.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
One thing I want to make sure I also say: if you are a member and for some reason you don't RSVP, we know that you're a member based on our data in the background. So if you're a member, for some reason you may not have RSVP'd or didn't think you needed to, technically we know you're a member based on our data, and we'll have a running sheet of details to know you're a member, so that when you come to the tailgate, it's better to know for the non-members, because we don't have any data on them as far as who will attend the tailgate. And you can bring your child, your husband, your wife, or a friend. So this is not a situation where you have to show up alone.
Look at that.
Awesome.
Ashley, Tache, FangExchange.com. Again, another round of applause. Just awesome work that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's other topics out there that we will talk about at another time. Maybe whenever we do that, if we don't, call the Avengers, we may.
It's almost time for the
Avengers. Coming. Yeah, it's coming.
It's almost time.
We gotta get our Avengers cartoon ready. Then we gotta make a move on. After this tailgate on Friday, when we get done with this part, we'll make sure we put that on our list to make sure we get the Avengers.
All right.
Emojis of cartoons.
There it is. We'll have to do something here pretty soon. Okay, ladies, again, thank you. FangExchange.com, everybody. It's not too late to join. Make sure we'll see you at the tailgate.
Friday night.
Bryan, are you this? No, you would be on the radio. They're not gonna have this on the radio, would they?
What, the game?
The game.
No, there is no there's no video or even radio.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing for
given the landscape of recruiting these days.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah. People going away from that. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of. I don't know if I've ever heard of a spring game on just radio alone. I don't know how that would. It is what it is. It is still a football game. Right. The thing is, though, you got to make sure you got numbers and names to be able to know who all's out there.
Right.
That would be a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
But
it makes sense though. It's a lot going on with this recruiting landscape. You gotta protect your own at this point.
At this point, yeah, and let the media report what they're going to report, because all those eyes will be in the building, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, but all right, guys, 2:00 is what time things will be kicking off. And it'll run until Tache said 5:30.
5:30. Yep, that's right.
So you ain't got to go home. You just got to walk across the parking lot to the stadium. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. All right. When we come back after this break, GT3 is going to join the show. I see him popped into the chat room, so we will get more details about spring. The roster, who's looking good, who has been looking good, and what kind of things we can expect. We know what kind of things Ashley and Tache are looking forward to seeing and looking for, and so we'll find out from Gerald what we should be keeping our eyes on. Mm-hmm. So again, thank you, ladies. FangExchange.com.
Thank y'all for having us.
We will be. Oh, and make sure to check out the show every Tuesday.
That's right.
I'm gonna say every Tuesday. I'm not gonna say the time because I know that can fluctuate. But
it's 8.
Okay,
it's pretty standard at 8. Every now and then it fluctuates depending on what's going. Life happens, but 8 o'clock is pretty much what you should expect to see us.
But if you join the YouTube page and hit the bell notification when they go live,
make it easy. You're right, Bryan.
That's what you gotta do. Make sure you're following on all the social media handles at Fang Exchange, and when they go live, you'll know. That's Tuesday nights on your social media platforms. All right, ladies. God bless. Be well.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
All right. We'll be back after these words right here on the O&G Strike Zone.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically Black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
So we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell them mama hungry.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
All right. Welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone. Bryan, Kelvin, and look who it is. Multi-time award-winning journalist Gerald Thomas III, GT3. Rattler,
And he got my Braves hat on, too.
Oh, yeah.
Looks good on you.
Everyone wants to be with the winners. The Braves looking good so far this year. Back to winning baseball games. So, good stuff, man. Good stuff. I was just... You see, I don't know. I was just noticing that our good old president was just finished whatever speech he was giving. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what country he's bombing or oil tanker he's who he's threatening. We'll have to catch the recaps on that a little bit later. But Gerald, how you doing tonight, man?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I mean, it's been a busy week. Spring game on the way, so something I'm used to. I think it's about to be my fourth spring game. I can't even remember no more. But glad to be here, man. Let's talk about some football.
Okay. So now, correct me. How many more practices are there? What's the? I think 13 just finished the other day, if I'm not mistaken. It Tuesday? How many practices are left?
Yeah, so yesterday was the 13th practice. Tomorrow is the 14th practice, and then the spring game counts as a practice, so that'll be the 15th and final practice. So yeah, man, it flew by. Started up February 24th, and it just seemed like just like yesterday, we was coming out there interviewing Quinn for the first time on the field.
Yeah, it does seem like they have flown by. I mean, they were. I don't know. Is it just? And maybe this is a question because you guys track this kind of data. What is the interest level like? Because you're turning out, interviews, content after every practice. What do you feel the attention or thirst from Rattler Nation is equal or more than previous years? Or how would you assess the fan interest?
Man, Rattler Nation always thirsty. I mean, they just, they just need a little bit. They want a little bit more to drink since Quinn is there. But they always thirsty when it's spring football season and fall training camp. I think during fall training camp they get kind of tired of the training camp, so I think they be ready for the game. But they always thirsty. I know they're ready to see the team. I mean, it's not much more left for me to say. About the team. It's just got to wait till the spring game now.
Mm-hmm. We got folks nervous about the O-line. What is the area now? Let me ask this: are they closing off your access to practices? Are you able to watch practices as well, full practices? What's that like?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of practice. I've seen practice during the time I'm supposed to see it.
Okay, that part right there. Okay, so
and maybe some other times.
Okay, well, so what things are you impressed by or shocked by thus far?
I mean, I guess seeing like the team has kind of come together fast. I feel like this team right here is a little. I don't know. You kind of see it a little bit with the team. You seem like they're more cohesive. Personality wise, just seem like they're just more together. So I mean, I can't really pinpoint something on the field just because. I mean, me personally, I've always been the type of person that takes spring with a grain of salt. Just because just how crazy college athletics have gotten. You might not even have that player that might have stood out at the spring game, might not even be on the team once the regular season starts. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that's the main thing. I mean, when me and Coach have been talking, he's people concerned about the offensive line, but I mean, he's been proud of the offensive line just because, I mean, they've been low numbers, due to various situations, he's told me. But he credited them. They've been grinding it out because I know, this is kind of like those dog days of spring a little bit. The excitement has worn off, and now you're just going out there every day trying to make it to the spring game. So, the offensive line, the numbers have been a little low, but I mean, I think they're more concerned about the numbers than the actual production. Just talking to coach and the coordinators and all
that. That's a good question, I think, by Emmett. What has been a difference that you've seen between Coach Gray's practices and Coach Colsey's practices from what you've seen of practices?
I feel like that's a trick question. The biggest difference I've seen from Colsey's practices and Gray's practices is that Colsey practice in the stadium and Gray practice on the practice field.
Good answer, Gerald. Good answer. Oh boy. And old school Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, old school Thursday. They never did old school Thursday. It was always new school Thursday, during that time. So yeah, they do old school Thursday on a Tuesday.
Let me see. Yeah, I think Steve, you just I think Steve touched on a similar question. Him and Emmett kind of asking a similar question about the differences between those two. All right, Kelvin.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'll say, the main difference is not at 6 o'clock in the morning no more. So I mean, you got, that can be a negative or a positive depending on what kind of player you are. I mean, some guys have a burst of energy at 6 a.m. because it's the first thing they're doing. Afternoon time is kind of like, you went to class all day. You might have stopped at Fried Chicken Wednesday on campus, or you got a stomach full of fried chicken out there practicing and things like that. But I think just the afternoon has been a little change of speed, kind of something different. Just because I feel like that might, add a little bit to the grind, just because, you're going and you being that student before you even come out there and practicing too. So, I mean, those the main things. So yeah, I mean, I feel like they out there, they're working on, but I mean, I feel like each coach does that. I don't know. I just think a lot of things will be said, on the field once people see them on Friday and once this fall roll around too.
Has Quinn talked about why the practices are in the afternoon? I may have missed it, or if you reported on it, I apologize. What is the reason why? Because that morning practice thing is something that goes back to Willie Simmons. I mean, so it's almost like the last 4 or 5 years, those morning practices have been happening.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really asked him. I mean, I just assume, that's just the way that he liked doing things. I mean, once upon a time, Coach Simmons, when that 2022 season first started, when I came in, I knew the family team was at 3:30 in the afternoon. And then, once season started what it did, that's when it moved to the early morning. So the early mornings kind of originated around that time in the 22 season, either before or after they played against Albany State. I believe they had a bye week afterwards, and then it was 6 a.m. ever since then. But I mean, I think that's just the way that he liked to do it. And I mean, I didn't really ask him a question because I didn't really think, much of it. I expected to be some type of change when it came to, a new head coach coming in. And I mean, it's something different, especially for those guys that have been there for years. You don't want them to feel like, they're doing, it's like a continuation type of thing, regardless if your head coach was Coach Simmons or if it was, Coach Cozy. You just wanted, it's kind of a breath of fresh air for them and a new beginning for them also.
Yeah, no, I think, Bryan, that it boils down to preference, number one, but also if you're going to use the practice field, it has to be daylight. So
yep, that's another thing. I ain't even think of that, but yeah. They actually had to move practice up a little bit on those afternoons just because, before the time change, it was getting a little dark at the end of those practices. So, it could be hard to see at times, especially if you got a football flying at you or somebody running towards you about to tackle you. You want to be able to see them coming.
So Gerald, has Coach talked about what kind of format Friday night going to be? Is it offense versus defense, or is he trying to have like a 1 versus 2? Do you know?
Yeah, well, from what I understand, from what I'm being told, that it's going to be like offense versus defense. I think gone are the days of the spring game draft. I think you really want to find out those 1v1s. And the draft was fun just because, I mean, you get those different type of matchups, but you also don't really see the people who are going to play together because you got whoever the drafters are taking the best players, for their team. So, that was cool while it lasted. But I think, especially with coming in with a new coach, I think they want to really see how these teams are working together. Like, I mean, I spoke with Coach Lewis, the defensive coordinator yesterday, and he was saying, man, I just want this defense to, put it all together. He said some days the D-line on fire, some days the secondary on fire. So I think that really plays into it. I mean, and we all know the spring game, they ain't going to show too much, but I think you can at least go out there and just have a dress rehearsal and just see how it will look, put the jerseys on, see what the formations are, see, how these guys look, on different sides from each other, what's the best matchup linebacker wise. So I believe it'll be offense versus defense on Friday.
Okay. Have any players or coaches flashed or stood out for whatever reasons?
So do y'all remember the last time you had a defensive end from the state of New York? Anybody remember? The answer is right on the tip of your tongue.
When Isaiah originally from New York, before he went to Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
From like Buffalo. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, from Buffalo. So I mean, I feel like Caden Brown is getting that type of buzz. The transfer from Syracuse. The name of the city that he's actually from slips my mind just because I'm not so familiar with the area up there. But he's been getting a lot of buzz at spring practice. And I mean, I don't know if y'all ever seen them, but him and Nazir Lane kind of look alike too. I don't know if they related to something, but they kind of look alike, in the face. They got the same body frame too. That's 6'4", about 215. So he's been a guy that's been getting a lot of buzz. And I did a story of him earlier, just talking about how did they even pull that off, getting a guy that's from New York to come down to Florida. And Quinn just said, we emphasize Florida, but if we see somebody that we like, that's on the other side of the country, we gonna go get him too. So he's been a guy. Another defensive lineman. He was on the team last year. DJ Jones, Daryl Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen his name show up multiple ways on the roster, but he's been a guy that's come out and been able to, he's stuck. He stayed with the team and he's stuck. And I mean, other players, we already know who the quarterback gonna be. Isaiah knows it's pretty much been a foregone conclusion since he got here. So, just leading that offense and Jamal Haley, I'm excited about him. Of course, y'all saw that I got a chance to talk to him. It's been I feel like I've been kind of trying to get used to talk to players again, but had a good time to talk to him and pick his brain and see how they're trying to improve their rushing attack. So a handful of guys that that maybe I didn't even know was on the team, or people that I didn't even know stayed on the team. So it's an abundance of talent there.
Has any of the players talked about a specific coach or any buzz around any particular coach?
I mean, when I talked to Jamal, on Saturday after the scrimmage, I asked him, has Coach Gray kind of turned the heat up on him a little bit? And, he said, yeah, a lot of them was talking about, he and Caden Brown, I think they both talked about being held accountable. And, they say, accountability, you do something to get off track, you got to do some running or some up downs and things like that. So, and I mean, I've kind of seen Coach Gray talk to the team after the practice, it's been times where they may have not practiced as well, and he not gave it to him. So, so that's the main thing. Coach Lewis, I feel like he is, very hyped up guy, always a good interview. Coach Seawalk, he's a good interview too. I've really enjoyed, talking to him too. I wanted to go out there and talk to Coach and the coordinators before, before we gear up for the spring, because I think they gave us the best insight possible as we prepare for Friday.
Okay,
it's good to actually be able to talk to those guys again. That access, accessibility.
Getting back used to it again. But do the players appreciate it? Do they enjoy the fact that they get a chance to talk to media, talk to you again on the public profile stage? Yeah, of course. I mean, because I feel like the interviews, it goes beyond, just playing football. I mean, once the ball loses air out of it and it's time to go into the workforce or, whatever the next stage of life, you're going to have those communication skills. So, I mean, when I look at it's not all about football when it comes to, talking to these players. I want to really help these guys. It's been players that I may, that may ask me for feedback. There's been times I've interviewed players and, if they didn't do good enough, I'm not going to publicize an interview that I did with them on video, just because, I want them to get comfortable with it. And I want them to have that trust, whereas they won't say, if I'm looking bad or if I feel a little shaky, I'm out here looking crazy, because, that digital footprint, it never goes away. So it's been something that it's been mutually, appreciative on both sides. I just had a player ask me, well, I'm taking pictures on Friday. I was like, I think we're supposed to have a photographer. So if our photographer comes, you ain't even gonna want my pictures. So yeah, man.
So photos though. I mean, he's seen your work. They know you take good photos.
Yeah, I'm decent. But when it comes to people that do it, they run in circles around me. But man, it's been pretty good, during this spring, man.
Got a couple of questions regarding the wide receiving core. What have you been able to? And I don't have my Marcus Green sheet because obviously the rosters aren't on the FAMU website. So you got to kind of go off of memory or off my Marcus Green tallied roster, which I don't have pulled up. But from your wide receiver core, what have you seen? What do you like? Who has stood out?
Well, first of all, I didn't realize not when you don't have rosters, it does become a little bit of a challenge. So I mean, I realized a lot of guys are still back. I didn't know Kennard Wiltshire was coming back, after he entered the portal. So he's back. He was one of the top receivers last year. Ace Cobb is back. Lil Burris is back. And then you got a few guys. Quan Lee is back. quietly came back, and he didn't. I don't believe he put nothing on social media. I think he just showed back up to campus with his bags and rejoined the team. So yeah, I mean, you got Deuce Petty from Albany State. So I mean, it's an abundance of receivers, and we know that last year the receivers kind of had a little problem, dropping passes. But I mean, when you bringing in a guy like Ron Dugans, who was one of the best receivers to play at Florida State, played in the NFL, he's gonna get you together. So hopefully it's not, you're not seeing as many drops, and they're catching the balls, getting them tight, and just being able to catch the spin off the ball too. I mean, it's a different quarterback now, so people underestimate how different it is when you're getting the ball from a different quarterback. The Albany State guys don't got to worry about nothing. It's just guys that was here and maybe coming from other schools. Oh, and I forgot Mike Peterson from UF too. So yeah, it's a lot of receivers out there. A lot of receivers. I don't envy whoever got to make the decision on how to split that playing time.
You were there for the pro day, correct?
Yeah.
So pro day was last week as well. What were some takeaways that you saw from pro day? Obviously, you got the list of teams who were there.
Yeah.
Also, I know after this, I believe it was Ashton and Charles Davis attended that NFL HBCU international player thing, if I'm not mistaken, which was also this past weekend.
Yeah, I mean, pro day is always good to see these guys really come out and chase their dreams a little bit. I mean, my first takeaway is that Ashton Grable was a madman. Bench pressing 29 times. I was like, I think everybody in that weight room wanted to see him get to 30, but him and Charles Davis, being able to really come in and contribute for the offensive line, even through a down year, and get those invites to that HBCU showcase up in DC, Virginia, that was a pretty big deal. Those guys, I think they got realistic shots to at least get a camp invite or anything. So that's a big deal. Thad Franklin, I was talking to him. I was like, yo, this all, when we was talking, I said, man, this is our last interview. I told it to all the guys. I told, when Ashton Grable first got to campus, I interviewed him in the hallway of the field house when he first got to campus. His first ever time being in Tallahassee and on campus, and I was like, man, this is like closing the chapter. So the pro days is always bittersweet because sometimes it's the last time you're gonna see these guys, in that capacity. Another person, Amari Lee, I didn't know he ran fast. He ran we had some ranges. Some people had him at a 4.39. Some people had him at a 4.45. Me personally, I'm gonna give him a 4.39. But me and him got a chance to talk too, because I remember when he first got to campus, and I didn't know. I asked him, I said, like, why nobody knew you can run this fast? And he said he never really got to showcase it. Just playing one of those cornerback positions, but always good turnout. I mean, a little less teams than before, but I feel like that has a lot to do with how last season went, and then a lot of those teams come from Florida State too. I'm not sure how many numbers they have, but they didn't have the best team in general. So I know it's probably a few teams that just said we're gonna skip Tallahassee right now just based off of what happened, what transpired a few months ago.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I forgot about the fact that Florida State's may not be introducing.
Their draft eligible assets are either returning or transferred, but yeah, so they didn't have that many guys that have a draft grade either. As a matter of fact, I didn't hear anything about their pro day.
No, did not.
Yeah, I didn't hear much about it. The biggest prospect they got is Daryl Jackson, maybe the defensive tackle.
Yeah. Yep.
So from Gaston County. So
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Gerald, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. We've got a lot of good football in. Give me your takeaways with FAMU baseball and softball.
Winning. Winning. I mean, we already know what FAMU baseball do when it's time to get into the SWAC. They might drop all them midweek games, non-conference games, and get to the SWAC and win 20, 25 of them. So I think they got a lot to build off of, being that last year was a program year, because Coach Shoup always remind me, he always correct me when I say a rebuilding year. Last year was a program year, as he called it, just because they had a lot of new faces, and that's who was going to be the cornerstones of the program, like the Jay Campbells, like the Garrett Workmans, and you even got Caleb Granger back, fresh off of a season-ending Tommy John surgery. He already playing like he never had it.
Right, looks good.
Yeah,
looks like you got a new arm.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then as far as softball, number one in the SWAC East. And I think the East side is the strongest side, because we saw I think that last year we saw what happened to the West when, so it's been big. And the softball got pitching depth. They got Zoriana, they got Amari. So that's what you're gonna need to win. So I think softball, they made it to the championship last year. They got far, I think, Coach P final year. Did they make it to the championship, Coach P year? So they made it 2 years in a row. Made championship 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
so 2 years in a row, 2 different coaches.
Yeah, so eventually, you're gonna knock the door down, and they'll be hoisting their first SWAC championship. Eventually, it's just like they just continuously making progress. But both teams are doing good, coming off of sweeps over the weekend, and they both combined for FAMU baseball had 30 hits, softball had 29.
Yeah.
I round up and say they combined for 60 hits over a weekend. So, it's exciting times, even in the sports outside of the football, and how basketball season went this year too.
Yeah. Softball has a lot of power. They had 3 home runs from 3 different players.
2 games.
And then game 1 of Saturday, they had 3 home runs again with 3 different players. So we got power in a lot of positions. Yeah, I
know Keely Spooner, she a dog. I remember she had the walk off home run during the SWAC tournament last year. So I'm tapped in and interested to see how far those teams gonna go too. It'd be nice to see them win it in the same year.
Yeah, it would be awesome. I think Spooner's like at 8 home runs already. Yeah. She's probably gonna get it double digits. And then what I like about both teams also is that they have, like, in softball, they played just the East competition, and they done played all the top teams. They got Alabama A&M twice in 3-game series, who are kind of at the bottom. They got Valley, but they done already been on the road and beat Alabama State and won the series, and been on the road, beat Jackson State and won the series. And the same thing with the guys. They done played Southern, who's in the top 4 or 5 of baseball. They played swept Alabama State, of course, who was expected to be a pretty good team. Beat JSU, so they play a lot of their better competition, and on the back end, they should be playing what's considered a little bit lesser competition, while those teams who trying to catch them are be actually playing the better competition. So I say that to say that they really set up really well for the second half of the baseball and softball season to stay in first place, compete in first place. Yeah. I think the guys just, that Bethune game is going to be,
they got Bethune
going to be here.
Yeah, they got Bethune. That's going to be a telltale sign right there. Cause we all know Bethune ain't no joke, man.
Yep.
We all know.
Absolutely not.
We don't want to admit it, but we know how Bethune coming, man. We know how they coming.
Oh yeah.
I was just looking up the Kaylee Spooner stats. She is tied with the most home runs with 10.
Okay.
and that's overall. And then in just conference games alone, it's 6, tied with somebody else. So she is one of the league leaders in home runs, without a doubt.
I wonder where that number fall at just in Division One. That has to be something that I might have to.
Let me see here.
I wonder what she fall at Division One.
Yeah, they the good thing, the SWAC has that nice link here. It'll kind of shift to that, and I can kind of look and see where we fall. Let me see. Okay, in division, well, in the SWAC versus NCAA. Let me see. Home runs. Here we go. Home runs. Well, hold on. I want individual. Hold on. Let me see, because FAMU definitely is leading the conference in individual. Let me see. Individual.
Yeah, she's got to be up there, because I doubt there's too many batters who. Yeah. I doubt there's too many batters who in the double digits already. Now I do know, because I have to work the game sometimes, and I know Florida State probably got about five girls that close to that. they knocking the miss out the ball.
Yeah, I have to figure out how to. I've never dug through the individual. Usually it kind of pops up, but there's a. I'll have to probably go to a different page. I thought it'd be an easy, quick button, push, go. In that case, and it's not. I saw someone ask the question what was that question I saw? And right now, this is a good question, because I think we have seen the portal. I read somewhere there's some 800 basketball. Wait a minute, did we lose Gerald? Yep, we did. Give me a second to come back. There's some 800 basketball players that have obviously the portal's not open, so those guys must have. Here we go. We got Gerald back here. All right, we got you back.
All right. My bad, y'all. My bad.
That's all right. I was going to follow up with a question that Emmett Jones had asked, and it had to do. No, was it Emmett who asked that question?
About basketball playing?
Yeah, somebody had asked the basketball. It was Hollow. Hollow had asked the question about basketball, and I was saying that there were 800 players who have expressed an interest. The portal's not open, so it's through their agent or whatever. They have expressed an interest in jumping in the portal. Haven't seen anybody, FAMU women or men, do anything similar. What are you hearing from the basketball side of things with player movement, with regard to player movement?
I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't heard nothing.
That's good. But that's good in this landscape of college basketball. That's real good.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything. As of right now, of course. I think the portal opens April 7th.
After the Final Four, after the championship game. I think it's the Tuesday or Wednesday after the championship game.
Yeah, so I haven't heard nothing as of right now, but you know how quick things can change. But I may can get an answer for you in these coming days. Let me get through the spring game, y'all, and then y'all can come start asking me about other stuff, because if I don't do that spring game, y'all gonna be mad. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me give me a few days and I might find something out.
All right, sounds good. All right, GT3, make sure rattlernews.com. That's the site where you can get all the links. Gerald will be at the spring game covering it, and we'll kind of we'll get a chance to all see with our own eyes what it looks like and how excited we can really be, and start hyping the hell out of this thing for the fall. So that's what I'm looking forward to. All right, Gerald. Any other things you want to get out there? Obviously, like I said, you told us what the focus is, but Anything else out there you want to shoot at us?
Who the hell done hit 27 home runs already?
Yeah, I saw that. I was about to say.
I saw that. Girl from I think it's somebody from Oklahoma that's hit like 27 homers.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, they smashed. They smashed the ball. I mean, they're ridiculous.
But 27 at this point in the season, come on, man.
That's about one per game. That's almost like one per game.
Pretty much. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, 27, that's a lot. I thought she was going to be up there, but whoever going crazy with 27 home runs, shout out to him.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Gerald, again, man, thank you for your time tonight. And we'll be in touch soon. We'll see you on Friday.
Most definitely. Thank y'all for having me. And, man, y'all make sure y'all tune in. I got some coverage dropping. Got something dropping tomorrow morning and got something dropping spring game morning. So y'all gonna have some information as we get closer to the spring game. So, and you know I have the spring game coverage on deck too. So it's a lot of FAMU football coverage coming y'all way.
All I'm saying, if you can get a roster, that'd be awesome for the game.
I do know that it'll be available. It'll be available for media on Friday.
Yeah, I heard something about the roster. That's all I'm gonna say.
It will be available for the media on Friday. So
see Bryan talking. See Bryan talking too much. Bryan want to get his credentials too.
All right, bye, bye, Gerald. I'll see you Friday.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for having me, man.
All right, G.
Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff. What's EA talking about here? About current rules for football with the portal open only one time in late December.
That came out today. I saw it the first time today, saying that they were talking about that. That'd never fly. I know the players are gonna sue when they let that happen. I was hoping that was an April Fool's joke.
All right, let them sue. Let them sue. You know, at some point, the NCAA's got to be able to mandate and set rules, and people have to follow them.
Them days over with, buddy. You sound like a 70-year-old man.
Yeah, no, I'm close. I'm close. I'm an old man. Get off my lawn.
You don't have to. You don't have to accept. That's
get off my lawn.
That's opposite. You don't have to accept.
Get off my lawn. You know, it's
you might as well get with it, buddy.
I'm gonna be that old coach, that old stick in the mud. That's gonna be me. So
you talking Tuberville and Nick Saban?
I mean, if you want to put me in that boat, I mean, I didn't necessarily look. I might be swimming on the same stream, but I ain't in a boat. I mean, come on now. I don't have to be in the boat.
I'm trying to just understand where you at.
I want player. I want player movement. I want freedom for players. But excuse me, I do think
as long as the coaches
be.
As long as the coaches can do what they want to for more money.
Well, the rules are set up so that if a player, when a coach leaves, players are free to move too. That's all. That's been in place.
But the coaches don't have to wait for a player. That's what I'm saying.
But what do you mean you don't have to wait for a player?
When an opportunity comes, the agent get contacted. They take whether the player. He don't care about the player when he leaving. Why depending on the coach? Here's where I'm going with it, and it's fine. We can be different on this thing. I used to be old school mentality like that, but when I think about the generational wealth that these student athletes are creating for these coaches and their family, that's not in they're using the commodity from our community that's benefiting their community. And so now the rabbit got the gun, and I'm okay with it.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving on. Speaking of baseball, just saw recently came out SWAC Baseball Players of the Week. Jay Campbell, co-hitter of the week. Jesus Campa, pitcher of the week. I just happened to be clicking on that series finale game against Alabama State, where Jay Campbell had 3 hits in 4 at-bats, drove in 4 RBIs, and allowed 1 run, or scored once. Now, Jesus Campa got the win. Let me go and look at his stat line in that game. Wrong page. Let me go back here. Look at the box score for Campa in that game.
All I know is that I think Alabama State only scored about 4 points, 4 runs or 5 runs the entire series. Our pitching was on point.
Yeah, Campa in 8 innings allowed 3 hits and 1 run. It was not an earned run. Struck out 6, walked 1, facing 29 batters, which, it's not bad. That's a really good, good day. And then I already told you what Campbell did in that game. Just want to see Campa.
And Jay was due. Jay has had a solid offensive week. Season, but it's not been stellar. And now he's starting to get hot and pick up that average and hit with more consistent power too. But I will say his defense has been immaculate. He's been killing it at third base.
In game number 2, Campbell had 4 hits in 5 at-bats, scored twice, drove in 3 RBIs. That was in game number 2. Shout out to Garrett Workman. Got his first win of the season.
Yes, look much better. Yeah.
That was a 9-1 victory on Saturday, where I can't even get the name out. Workman threw 7 2/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, struck out 7. Very good inning and work for Garrett Workman. And final score was 9-1. And then you mentioned that we only allowed a total of 4 runs. I mean, we beat them 5-1 in game 1, 9-1 in game 2, 7-2 in game 3. Of course, the game 1 starter was none other than Caleb Granger.
Yep.
He pitched 6 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, struck out 6, no earned runs. So a really good day for the pitching staff. All 3 starters for FAMU picked up a win and pitched into the 6th inning. Obviously, Granger into the 6th, Workman into the 7th, and Campa pitched a full 8. That's solid work.
Man, we really do have a strong starting 3 rotation. Coach has had not to use Jay Campbell this year, and I don't know if he has any appearances in pitching yet. At least none of the games I've been to, but
I think he pitched one of those midweek games.
Yeah, that's probably when he would use him, because he's not going to use none of his regular arms in the midweek with SWAC play on the weekends. So
yeah,
that would make sense.
Yeah, good stuff. Welcome into the show, good friend, a 3rd member of the team, Marcus Green, checking in. Marcus, how you doing tonight?
Doing good. Perfect time. I got my baseball jersey on.
Yeah. I was just sitting here kind of calling myself, taking a look at baseball's next series as I was looking at the schedule against Prairie View. We're traveling out to Prairie View, a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series.
And in the standings, we're looking real good. We're at what, 9-2 or something like that, 10-2.
Just going there
right behind Bethune, who's 11-1. And we're tied with 2 other teams, but we've already beaten Pine Bluff and JSU. So
yeah, actually, we are 1 game out of first. We're in a 3-way tie right now with a record of 7-2 in conference play, tied with Texas Southern and Arkansas Pine Bluff. Of course, Pine Bluff, we beat 2 out of 3. We're the only 2 losses that Pine Bluff has suffered.
Right.
I mean, other than that, but they haven't really played anybody other than us.
Yeah, that's what the other point I was making. A lot of the teams that are up there with us right now really hadn't played, even Bethune, even though we know Bethune is a really good team this year. But they really haven't played none of the top teams yet. And they first loss came against Jackson State, actually.
Okay. Yeah, they're 4-5. Prairie View is right now 2-7 in conference play, 6-21 overall. So that's that's not a bit of a down year for Prairie View.
Yeah, I think both teams are in action starting tomorrow, right?
Yeah, everybody. I think somebody might have had a game today,
because they don't want to play on
Easter Sunday. Yeah, everybody is starting their pretty much 3-game series starting tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I believe the games will run on SWAC TV because I know Prairie View does have a YouTube channel, but they pretty much their stuff is set up to run on SWAC TV. So
our ladies will be home, and I think they have a doubleheader on Friday. They start tomorrow. The game 1 tomorrow, and then I think they have a doubleheader on Friday, starting at 1, I think.
Yeah, softball right now is 10-2 in conference play after the sweep against Bethune, 19-14 overall. And yes, as you said, this is the Alabama A&M weekend.
Yep, the only team in the East we hadn't played yet.
Correct.
And they're at the bottom with Valley.
Right. Yes, they are. So another good opportunity for us to pick up a sweep. And this is is this the 4th series? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th series.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually
we play everybody again after this.
Yeah, no. This is the what's crazy thing about the scheduling for softball, we only play Alabama A&M once. So we are officially at the halfway point.
Yeah, we got to play everybody else one
twice,
more time.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Coming out of the Alabama A&M series, then it's Bama State, then it's Valley, then it's Jackson State. And by that time, it's time to go to the SWAC tournament. Very strange the way the softball schedule is set up, but I think part of that is the number of games and how the softball season is set up. We only played 9 series.
The softball team has a really good shot. I expect them to win 30, but
it's possible.
But what they got left, absolutely. But if they can win a few midweek games that they have scheduled, along with running the table against the East, they can get to 35, and that would be somewhere around there with close to a record, I think.
Yeah. Who was it? Gail had asked about the game times for Thursday. First pitch is scheduled for 6 o'clock Thursday, 6 p.m. Thursday. That's tomorrow. Game. Have our softball games been running on SWAC TV? Home games.
I don't know. I watched the baseball. I don't know if I've seen a softball.
I don't think I've seen us do home softball on SWAC TV. Erie said the coaches voted on the type of schedule. I hope they change it. I mean, we got to start mixing over and crossing and playing each other. It's ridiculous. It's East v East, West v West. It's ridiculous. We got to start mixing it up some. But anyway, somebody tell me if you've seen. Okay, yeah. Jen said the SWAC TV has been running softball. Home games. I know I saw the Bethune series on SWAC TV away, and I know I've seen. I'm just
That was on their. That was on
Cat Eye.
Cat Eye Network.
But it was also on Swag TV. It was on both.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I just, for whatever reason, I can't recall whether our home games have been on Swag TV. Jen,
I don't remember.
Jen says
now,
yes. I don't know.
Yeah, no baseball has, but I don't know about softball.
And one thing I've been impressed with, on the away games, especially, I think we played Alabama State 2 weekends ago. Their score bug, and they had a play-by-play person. I think that was really impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And I know our broadcasts are a little quiet. I guess they depend on the game announcer to announce people coming to the plate, but we don't have an assigned play-by-play, and the score bug. What we have versus compared to what I saw at Alabama State. Alabama State was ESPN quality. I was wondering if they just grabbed the graphic from them. So I'd really like to see.
I think, Marcus, that scorebud used to, and when we say scorebud, for those of you who don't know, we're talking about the scorekeeper, the thing that keeps the score. On the baseball, softball is in the top left corner.
Right, yeah.
That bud, it used to be more. I don't know whether it's an updated software thing, but it used to have the diamond. It would show you the pitch count, the outs. I don't know. Maybe we lost that additional feature, or we haven't been able to figure out. I don't know. I don't know all the details. But
was that earlier this season or last year?
No, I'm talking last year. Last year they had it. Yeah, we would be able to see all that. And a lot of that stuff usually is programmed in with whoever's doing the official score. So if the live stat person, usually that scorebud stuff it's one of two things. It's either somebody manually doing it or somebody pulling that information from the live stat person. But
I did mention I am watching the baseball. I ended up going to the game, but before I could get to the game, I was watching it online, and I saw the same thing you did, Marcus, and so I did mention it to our SID to see if we could get that scoreboard a part of it, at least.
Yeah, just even if it's just something comparable to the rest of the conference, because you can kind of see it almost like when we were in basketball. And I know from that standpoint, in terms of the equipment, like between the gyms, but like when we watched Alabama A&M, when we played them, I mean, their thing looked like it was HD quality when we were watching, when we played them in Huntsville, and then, ours might not have had the same level. But it'd be nice. But I know everything costs and everything takes time and personnel.
It's an investment, time and personnel.
And equipment and infrastructure. That's the only thing I don't know with baseball and softball. I don't know if there's a limitation there because of where they are and the lack of infrastructure.
So, yeah, I mean, just put on a wish list.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. Upgrade facilities. No doubt.
It's there. It's there. I think I didn't see, unfortunately, I did not see any of the softball players on the SWAC Player of the Week.
No.
I'm giving up on the SWAC recognizing my softball team right now.
Yeah. So I don't know what they got against.
I'm just feeling some kind of way.
I don't know what they got against.
I feel some kind of way right now.
But yeah. The way they dominate and putting teams out of putting people to sleep, I don't get it either.
Yeah. We have the number one hitter. Well, hold on. That's a little misleading because of her number of plate appearances. Let me see. Spooner is top 10 in terms of batting average, as well as her OPS. I already mentioned the fact that she's one of the top home run hitters in the league. Also, I think number 2 in RBIs. So
she's coming on. Now, she and Amari Brown came over from Chipola. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So this is their last year.
Yep.
their senior year. But yeah, they're doing it up.
In terms of pitching wise, just kind of looking at some stats there. You know,
what I would
pitching
say,
numbers
Bryan,
haven't been. We've been good, have not been dominant as we were in previous years. But
but also, and I think Coach brought this up last year too. But when you're looking at those stats, overall stats specifically, and remember, you know, peer review Texas Southern on the West, everybody else don't really play high quality softball on that side.
You're right.
So the scheduling is very uneven because you look at I have looked at the out of conference schedules of the other teams, and we by far play much better competition, which skews our statistics. I mean, when you playing a Florida State team that won 21 games in a row, something like that, and it got like probably 6 players who got 8 to 10 home runs.
That's crazy.
That's different than playing a NAI and Division II school, which a lot of other SWAC schools do.
And the bad part about that, even go one step further, Kelvin, because of the fact that you can choose to go and just look at conference only stats, right? But even that you have to sort of
because the East is so much more competitive than the West, right?
Yeah. So I mean, if you don't factor those things in, you can look at this. You can look at the conference statistics and say, you know, when I look at pitchers' earned run average, right, and I see Amari Brown with a sub-1 average is number 2, but it's number 2 to a young lady from Texas Southern. So then I got to say, well, who has Texas Southern played?
All right.
You know, and I mean, she has the top earned run average. Opposing batting is you know, and it's like, well, who are you playing? I mean, you know,
I would check to see. Well, because the pitcher I was hoping we'd get in the portal, but we didn't. Ended up going to PV, and she came in from Pine Bluff.
Yeah.
Kayla Adams?
Yeah,
that's her name.
Yeah, she's at Prairie View.
She's involved. I mean, she was freshman of the year. She was co-freshman of the year when Zoriana. So when she jumped in the portal after the last year's SWAC tournament, I mean, I'm sure there was like I don't know how big of a leads the league.
She leads the league in conference wins right now, but I think she's Prairie View's number 1 pitcher though.
I mean, 1, 2, and 3. I think she's pitched 2 out.
She's the only pitch. She's the only pitcher in conference wins.
She pitches a lot.
Exactly. So I mean, she's got 8 wins. Well, hell, she's pitched every game for Prairie View. Yeah, she's got 8 wins. Who have they played?
But I mean, that doesn't diminish how good she is, because I mean, she was balling at UAPB.
Oh yeah,
and,
she's legit. She's legit.
So you kind of, I mean, you can kind of weigh it a little bit. I mean, the talent, at least in her case, I'm not sure about the Texas Southern pitchers, so I won't say anything about. But there were a couple of pitchers who were last year who were pretty good. So you got to balance it with, okay, maybe the scheduling is tough, but they still have some talent.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
No, they don't, Marcus. You ain't right.
No bulletin board material.
I'm trying to side with you, Marcus, but you know my name is Mud. They got me in MAGA boats and shit. So I mean, you know, it is what it is. So you don't want to ride with me, Marcus, even though I'd be supporting you, dog. You know.
I was just asking the question, man. Now the chats might put you in MAGA. I just asked the question.
Oh my God, what did I miss?
No, nothing.
Now I caught the maybe the last 10 minutes of Fang exchange, Tache and Ashley. So I saw some of that, and I was listening to the Gerald interview. So I caught most of that, but I missed probably the first 45 minutes to an hour of the show.
All right. Well, I mean, good conversation. We were talking about how they have some new athletes that are part of Fang Exchange. You know, obviously.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw the
Sasha and Amari And then the fact that Sasha's commitment
And
with Fang
Zoriana.
Exchange. Zoriana and Nia Blocker were already on the team, part of the Fang Exchange team. Amari joined recently. Sasha joined. Sasha's actually working with Vaughn's company. So, Fang Exchange helped coordinate that. And so I think one of the things that we were kind of mentioning is that Vaughn, who's publicly known, and we were talking about Vaughn's reach is multi-generational. I mean, old, seasoned, our generation, and the younger. He covers all three spectrums, or you want to pick a decade, Vaughn knows somebody or somebody knows Vaughn in those decades. And so what my thought was, and I think hopefully Fang Exchange will see even more growth and more players and more Rattlers with businesses will want to start partnering with Fang Exchange and finding athletes to support, because hey, if Vaughn Wilson and he's showing you how to do it, it's got to be something that's, legit, something good. And let Fang Exchange kind of explain the ins and out of it. And let me find one of these great young people to work with. So,
it makes a difference. You asked a question about with Gerald, I think it was, about not hearing anything from transfer thus far, knock on wood. In terms of FAMU athletes, we do a pretty decent job compared to the national landscape in retaining a lot of our top players. Football has had a few that have taken a hit, but outside of that, our Olympic sports have been fairly successful in maintaining. I think, especially those programs who coaches been around for a while. So I think us stepping up and filling those gaps and presenting these opportunities help retain our best student athletes also.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Tennis, by the way, tennis kind of took it on the chin.
Yes,
this last pod, 2 losses.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me take a look at what the tennis standings are.
We're 500. I know that. I think Alabama A&M is first, and who we lost to this weekend, and then JSU is second, right?
Yeah. Alabama A&M and Jackson State are both undefeated.
Yeah.
Jackson State has played 2 less SWAC opponents.
Right.
Alabama A&M 7-0, Jackson State 5-0. So yeah, we're sitting at 3-3, tied with Alcorn and Southern.
Similar to what we did last year. We was kind of like a little bit in the middle of the pack, and then we figured it out going into the tournament.
This Saturday, and I don't know if this is one that's still happening on Sunday. It's scheduled for Sunday. I think they may. I wouldn't be surprised if they change this. Saturday, tennis is hosting Alabama State on Saturday morning. And then now looking at the SWAC schedule shows us hosting Bethune on Sunday at 10 o'clock. I don't know, is that really happening? Somebody look at the FAMU schedule and tell me if that's really happening. Because that would seem odd if it is.
Yeah, Easter.
Right. Even the FAMU site still says it's
it
Sunday.
does.
So.
It does say it.
Interesting. And those will be the last 2 SWAC games of the season for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the SWAC championships are April 17th through the 19th. So just a couple weeks away.
Yep.
Be here in a couple weeks before you know it.
There are a lot of players posting that they're going to be at the Junior Day
scrimmage. Oh, Junior Day. Okay.
So is Junior Day an actual camp going on? Is that what's happening, or is it just an invite thing out to FAMU and NC watch the spring game as well? Is that what Junior Day is?
That's my guess. I mean, we'd have to, maybe Gerald can ask Coach Gray what his concept happens to be.
Yeah, they got a registration, no walk up. So
yeah, I always thought they were camp. I always thought it was like camp workout. You know, you get a chance to work out in front of the coaches. I thought that's what Junior Day was. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it closed yesterday. Registration closed yesterday, so they got to check in at 3.
Yeah. Kylan says, did you see that Tiffany called one of the women's Elite 8 game? No, I did not see that.
Yeah.
Which game was that she called?
Don't make me lie, but I did hear her. I can't remember which one it was. I should still be leading. I still should be leading in the women's bracket too. I ain't going.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, speaking of that, yeah,
because the number ones are number one on the women's side, like they do.
Ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I almost did all 4 number ones, and I think the only reason I didn't is because I figured everybody would probably do that, and I was hoping that Michigan would show up. I didn't know that they were going to get blown up the way they did.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be no blowout either like that.
Let's see. Kelvin is still in first place. Of course, Kelvin picked UCLA, so that's going to be his downfall.
We shall see, my friend. I think South Carolina might put old Connecticut out.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let me see. R. Wilson is in second. He's got Connecticut. He or she has Connecticut. And then there's an E. Orocho who has UCLA as well in third. And then somebody who picked Texas in fourth. So you guys are good. You guys are all over the place. That's all right. I'll wait for you guys. When Connecticut rises back to the top, then you guys will be done. And then on the men's bracket, let me see the men's bracket.
The South screwed me up horribly because Florida and Houston really messed me up in the South.
Yeah, I'm in second place. Me and a couple other.
I don't know if I signed up for the men's with you. I'm in a couple other pools.
No, you're in it. You're in it. You picked Arizona right now. You're in 7th.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. You don't have a chance to win, but I mean, yeah, no, I mean, you're 90 points behind the first place guy right now. So, Via Matt's in 4th. Oh, and which pool? He must be talking about the women's one. All right. Well, you know what? If Texas does win, yeah, Via Matt, you're gonna walk away with it because ain't nobody else picked Texas. You know, you guys are you're shooting long shots. That's all right. Shooting
long shot. It's all number ones.
It's all number ones. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Got to make mention of this announcement that just came out. Rick Kinsey published
Shout out
this.
Rattlers in Arms.
Rattlers in Arms coming through. They're having the ribbon cutting ceremony next Friday on the FAMU track for the new FAMU track team canopies. And hopefully you guys took advantage of the opportunity. And I guess it's still available. It is still available. You can join and be a part of Rattlers in Arms. They got memberships, which are as low as $50 or $100. And then a couple other, and that's a one-time yearly membership fee. So there's the pictures, what it looks like. And that's pretty good stuff, man.
Yeah. Rattler Nation, give yourself a pat on the back, making a difference with our athletic programs. Got canopies for golf, and we got equipment and stuff for softball, and Now we done did this for track, so
I think 164 donors is what I saw was the number. That's pretty awesome. Congratulations.
Fellas, I'm gonna have to bail out, but I do have updated recruiting stuff. We got a verbal commit from our QB out of New Jersey, which is unique given the timing.
High school kid too.
Yeah, he just dropped it on Instagram yesterday, and I think that's it. And I know I want to do some digging. I want to understand the rules that came down today to understand. I'm assuming that only affects Division I, because what they're trying to do is, I guess, what they called, I forgot the term they called it, but basically somebody dropping out of school and then re-enrolling as a way to get around the portal window. But I'm assuming it only applies to Division I. So, because Division II football or Division II doesn't have a formal portal window.
Right.
And I'm seeing a couple more division folks, and actually there may be more. I'm expecting an onslaught because now that they don't have to compete against anybody dropping out after spring practice, or the receiving team coaches will get a penalty, that opens more opportunities for Division II players if they feel so inclined.
I'm not there quite yet, Bryan, but I'm getting pretty close. Division II might have it right.
How so?
It's getting too hard to regulate, and you're getting too fancy with trying to regulate this thing, and just do away with the damn transfer portal crap.
I mean, at some point,
you don't really have it for most other sports in D1.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm all right now. I'm at the point of saying the top 64, or whatever. They just need to go ahead and create their own system for college football that will allow them and players to do whatever it is they feel like they need or want to do, and then move on.
Yeah.
I mean,
because you're right.
300 some odd schools are being held hostage by you're being held hostage by the top 60 programs that want to live in their own bubble.
And really is the top 40 probably.
30. Okay. You say 40, I was gonna say 32.
Yeah. And I think that's what they've always wanted since the 70s, since they had the new division structure, governance structure. But my only concern about that is the money. Does that just commandeer
here's
all
the thing. The money is there for who? The CBS and the ABCs, who are they paying money for? They're paying money to see those top 32 programs.
And the players.
And the players who are future NFL players. That's who they're paying the money for. Everybody thinks that you're entitled to, you ain't entitled to all that money. That money wasn't for y'all in the first place. They didn't intend for that money to be for y'all. They wanted the money to be for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just gotta, we gotta understand that's the. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know why I don't know why people can't figure it out. A lot of smarter people than me, but it,
Yeah,
anyway.
People kill me with that whole argument too about, well, you're getting your education paid for. You know how many tech billionaires who ain't got no formal education dropped out of school because they knew code or whatever it was, and they can make money right away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, if you got a special skill set or talent, you shouldn't be limited in terms of your opportunity to start it when you're ready.
Gotcha. All right, Marcus. I know we were going to just close out with the last couple of notes, but I know you got to run. Again, make sure you lock into the spring game. Any last words you got, Marcus?
If you can get me a roster, if it won't get you banned by Coach Gray, or at least give me some names that we don't know, because I already got my.
It's despite just. Well, hold on. Let me say it today, April 1st, Marcus. No, I will not do that because I can't do that, Marcus.
Understood.
All right, there you go. All right, you. Bye, Marcus. Good stuff. All right. This thing is happening. You wanted to mention this. I think one other thing we wanted to mention here before we close out, Be Out Day.
Yeah.
Now, okay, let's do the math here. This might be why the game is not on Saturday. Okay, for anybody who can't put 2 and 2 together here. I'm just saying. So, okay, it is what it is, right? Be Out Day in Tallahassee is Saturday. Game had to get moved to Friday. Okay, we'll live and we'll be okay. So, I don't know. Are they having Be Out Day on the campus, or where is it going to be? Is it going to be around town? Is it going to be at the park? Where's it going to be?
The one in Tallahassee, I'm not sure, to be honest. But usually they do everything around the Will Packer Theater.
Really?
So
okay.
So I'm assuming that's where it's the heart of it's gonna be on the set.
They're your other dates for the folks in the Tampa, Dallas, Houston, Jacksonville, Atlanta, and even LA. The LA folks are doing a Be Out Day. That's awesome. So, Gail said STEM is happening
in Lawson.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Well, don't forget softball opportunity on Friday. If you're in town for Be Out Day, if you're in town for the spring game, you got an opportunity to not only hit up, you got softball you can hit up because they play a doubleheader at 3 and 5. You can also hit up the tailgate, Fang Exchange tailgate, happening starting at 2:00, but it will end at 5:30. And then the game starts at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Game starts at 6. So there you go.
And it is Easter weekend, so pull out your pink and your red suits and gaiters.
Lord have mercy.
Your Volkswagen sky blue.
Look, I'm just
canary yellow.
I'm just dreading. I'm glad that it doesn't take but one tank to get up to Tallahassee in my little car, because gas prices are ridiculous. It's $4.30 here in Orlando. I don't know what was it. When's the last time? What is it looking like in Tally?
It was $3.90 something.
Really? You guys are still below? You guys are below $4?
Well, I hadn't filled up since Friday when I came back.
Oh,
so it probably is over 4 now.
You guys drop a price. What's the latest price in the chat? You guys in the chat, what's the latest price that you've seen? We're all struggling. We're all going through it. So, yeah.
Favorite Easter candy. Believe it or not, them cheap yellow marshmallow bunnies, yellow and pink marshmallow bunnies.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty work. Always Reese. It's the Reese cups for me. It's always the Reese cups. Cannot go wrong with chocolate and peanut butter. But I can't do too much. I can't do like a big. I don't get down with an Easter bunny size chocolate and peanut butter. I want small, petite little pieces of candy. Where I can eat 4 of them, be satisfied, and be done. So there you go.
Yeah. But by the way, next week's guest lineup, we think is pretty much set. Expect to see a couple of head coaches next week on O&G.
Exactly. We won't say names because we don't want it to fall apart, or we don't want to jinx it. but should be some head coaches on next week
that you will want to hear from.
Good stuff. All right. Anything else out there that you want to make a mention of before we sign out for tonight?
No, my brother. I look forward to seeing everybody at the tailgate or in a softball Friday, or if those who can't make the trip, have a wonderful Easter weekend with family and church.
Yes. Definitely great time to reflect. Great opportunity to be reminded for those of us who are believers to take note and to rejoice that somebody like Jesus gave his life for us.
He has arisen. Amen.
So we will celebrate and rejoice and be thankful. And
make sure your children learn the Easter speeches too.
I remember those. It's crazy. Jesus.
I was the one who always remembered everything and laughed at everybody else.
You guys have a blessed Easter and a happy Resurrection Day on Sunday, and we look forward to seeing you on Friday. And safe travels to everybody going into town, and especially safe travels going out. So for Marcus Green and Kelvin Rozier, we want to again thank our guests, Ashley and Tache, FangExchange.com, Gerald Thomas. We want to thank them as well. I'm Bryan Fulford. Rattler Nation, God bless you all. Be well, and we'll see you Friday night for the football spring game.
Amen, Colin. That's not where the story ends. That's right. Don't end in the tomb.
Amen. All right, guys, we're out of here. Be well. Let me find the button to close the show. Found it. All right, out.
Oh,